Hello everyone, it's Rachel here and I want to welcome you to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hello to all my new subscribers, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click on that subscriber button below so you can stay up to date with all the different content that I'm going to be releasing here on my channel. For today's video, I am going to be customizing 5 different gift ideas that you can give as presents during this holiday season. Because I know, when you have a lot of different family members and friends that you have to buy presents for, sometimes you're not sure what to give to them. So I really hope today's video will give you some inspiration. On top of that too, all of these different gifts cost less than $10 to make or customize. So let's go ahead and get started for today. For the first gift idea, I'm going to be customizing this sweater, or you can also use a t-shirt to customize to give someone as a gift. I think this is such a great gift idea because you can really, cater to that person's personality or their style based upon the design that you place on the t-shirt. A few great places to check out for blanks would be, first of all, Michael's. They have such a great selection of blank t-shirts and sweaters in different colors and different styles. Another place to check out would be Walmart. Even Dollar Tree has some good t-shirts. Old Navy, The Gap. So many different places that you can definitely check out to get some blanks. Where I got this particular sweater was from Walmart. So definitely check out the clearance section. I got this for $5 and I thought this was such a great deal, especially with the tie-dye style that's been in style for a little while now. I know my daughter is absolutely going to love this particular sweater with the design. So the design I'm going to be placing on it says, "Be yourself and don't apologize." When I saw this, I'm like, I had to buy it because I thought this would just be perfect. And on top of that too, the color, I love this color. This is from Caesar Easy Weed. I thought it was such a beautiful color that I'm going to be placing here in the front of this sweater. When it comes to the size of this particular design, I did cut this out at 10.5 by 4.5. One thing I'm definitely going to recommend is for you to remember to mirror your design. I completely forgot to do that in Design Space and I accidentally cut it the wrong way. So now I have an extra design, which I think I'm just going to go ahead and place this on an old t-shirt because I don't want to waste the HTV, but just a reminder to make sure that you do that. I will also be using my Cricut heat press to press the design onto it. I'm going to be setting my heat press to 315 degrees for 30 seconds, and it is cool to the touch when it comes to peeling it off. So I'm going to go ahead and weed this out and also get my Cricut Easy Press all ready and set to go to place the design on it. My heat press is all ready and set to go. I'm just going to go ahead and use my lint brush just to remove any type of fibers and lint here that's on the sweater here. And I did pre-wash my sweater ahead of time. I'm also going to go ahead and preset the area here just to remove any extra moisture from my sweater here. Okay, perfect. So for my design, I'm going to be placing it just around here. Honestly, when it comes to placing the design, I always like to eyeball it. So I think over here, maybe I'll just move it over just a tinge bit. Yeah, I think over here is going to be placed perfect for it. Because of the size of my design, I am going to press it in 2 sections. So I'll do half of the section first and then a little bit half, because my heat press is a 9x9, and since this is 10.5 inches, it's gonna hang over a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and press it for 30 seconds, I should say, with half and half. All right, so I'm all done. I'm just gonna go ahead and actually remove my heat mat right here and just let this cool down for a couple of minutes, and then I'll go ahead and remove the protective sheet on top of here. Okay, so I've had this set aside for a couple of minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this protective sheet. And what I'm really looking for to see if I see any type of lifting here and I actually don't see any, and it's removing off perfectly. So it's nice and smooth. I love the contrast of this, I would say, plum color against the tie-dye here. It just looks so good. All right, perfect. So I had such a great press there. All right, so this is the first gift idea. Again, I think it's such a great gift idea to give to anyone, any of your family members or friends, just really customizing a special sweater or t-shirt for them. All right, so let's go ahead and work on gift number 2. The next gift idea is going to give someone a customized mug. So these are some really nice glass mugs that I got from my local Dollarama. I paid $3 each for these mugs, and I saw very similar ones on Amazon retailing for $27 for a set of 4. So I got a really great deal. You can also get very similar mugs from your local Dollar Tree. So these mugs I'm going to be giving to my sister and my brother-in-law. They recently got married this year, and I thought it'd be really cute to give them customized mugs. So one's going to say hubby, the other one is going to say wifey, and established in 2022. But what's really nice is when you're giving a gift like this to someone, you can really customize it with their name, a scripture verse, or a monogram, whatever you want to really customize it for that person. And on top of that too, you can put some really cute sweet treats in it. So either like hot chocolate, candy, so many cute little things that you can put in the mug to give as a present. And again, underneath that $10 budget. All right, so let me go ahead and weed out the design. All right, so my weeding is all completed. Off camera, I went ahead and cut out a couple extra 2s because when I was weeding out the 2022, I lost one of the 2. So I just went ahead and cut out a couple extra. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and spray some alcohol just to wipe the surface of where I'm going to be placing the wifey and also the hubby. So let's have that set aside just to make sure that, you know, any dust that might be there, you know, will just a nice clean surface. Okay, so I have some strong grip transfer tape because this is the Cricut Joy tape and it's such a strong tape. So I always find that you really have to use the Cricut transfer tape whenever you ever are using the Cricut Joy. I find that their tape, the vinyl is such a great vinyl, but it's super strong. So I just find it's best to use the Cricut transfer tape for that, specifically for the Joy. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so let me go ahead and actually grab. Okay, so I was just looking for a craft mat. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape down the surface here of the front. And then also too, it's very important to make sure you also scrape down the back too. It just helps for you to get such a great transfer over when you do both the front and the back. Okay, so let's go ahead and start peeling it up on the side to see if it has transferred over here. Oh, not quite. So sometimes you just have to get a really good scrape, nice and hard. Okay, and to the front again. When I saw these mugs, I'm like, I even picked up a couple for myself because I just love the shape. I love a nice glass mug. I've mentioned before that I love to drink tea, so I love my tea, or even hot chocolates too is fun. I know my kids love hot chocolate, so they like to get it in a glass mug, and we sometimes add some marshmallows to it. So many cute little things that you can also add to your hot chocolate. But this shape of the glass mug is just so nice. So I picked up a couple extra for my family too. Maybe I'll even customize those. We'll see. All right, so there we go. I got my, okay, perfect. All right, so let me put that aside here. And what I'm gonna do, I have one mouse and my other mouse here. I just want to be very careful just to make sure that I can line it up as straight as I can over here. Ooh, I can actually see Unfortunately, my 2022 kind of shifted the established to, I'm not sure what happened there. Ooh, what to do. Okay, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna cut it out and then I will do it separately. I think that's what I'm gonna do because it's a little crooked and I wanna try to line it up as straight as I can. So I'm just gonna grab some scissors here and I'm just gonna cut around that portion. And then I'll just do the hubby first and then I'll go in after. So just doing a little bit of craft surgery here. It happens sometimes. Not sure how it shifted, but I will fix it. Okay. Oh. This transfer tape is super sticky too. Okay, let me just kind of get it to an angle here and cut it off. Okay, perfect. So I'll put that aside. Ooh, it's like sticking to me. Okay, hold on, let me put that down there. Okay, with the scissors. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll kind of line up. So another thing too is you also want to be mindful of the space, but the thing about it is this does actually have a little bit like of a bend to it. So I'll just kind of use that and then I'm going to kind of stick it here in the middle. Okay, perfect. So I got the one side and then I'm going to put down the other side here. And let me just grab my scraper here just to make sure that it transfers over to the glass perfectly. So just give it a good scrape down. Okay, perfect. And then just slowly off the side, I'm going to start to lift it up. Oh, that part did not scrape down very well. So let me, again, scrape it down. All right, so here we go. Try peeling it up. First couple times it didn't want to come up, but it looks like this time to really scrape it down. I know this transfer tape is super sticky, so that could be another reason too. It was just giving me a little bit of a harder time to come up, but now it looks like everything else is like perfectly fine now here. I love the script on this one. I think it looks so nice. All right, so here we go, slowly. Okay, so there's one last part over here on the side. The ending script of the Y, kind of lifted up there, so just kind of scrape it down. Oh, I think that looks so good. Okay, so let's try to do the next part here for the established because it's a little crooked, but I think, and I do apologize if my head is in the way. I think, yeah, that looks a little better now. So it was really crooked before, but I think that makes a difference now. Okay, yeah, it's much straighter now. So we go ahead and scrape it down, give it a good scrape. Okay, perfect. All right, so the only other thing is I do need to add the other two. So you might be thinking, why am I using strong grip transfer tape? Because normally for the Cricut Joy, when you're using the Cricut Joy material, you should use the strong transfer tape should only be used for the glitter. But I find that when I try to transfer with just the regular one, it doesn't really transfer. I have a hard time with it. So I find when I'm using the Cricut Joy material, the smart material, that's what I should say, it's a smart material. I find that the strong transfer tape is the best one compared to the other transfer tape. So just in case you might be wondering why I'm using the strong grip, that is the reason why I don't find it transfers very well. Okay, so the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and transfer over one of the twos because I need to add an extra two here. So let me go ahead and get this one transferred over, and then the first cup will be all done. Okay, so that transferred over perfectly. So now let's put it here on the cup. Try to line it up as straight as I can get it. Perfect. Oh, I love how this, and one thing I like about this font is kind of forgiving because of just, you know, how it, you know, comes together and everything like that, but I think it looks so good. I love this. I hope they like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on the next one here. Actually, we'll need to get another piece. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able, because just the way I cut it off, so I'll go ahead and grab another piece of transfer tape. All right, so I got another piece of transfer tape, so I have it over here. Just gonna put it on top of my wifey. Let's go ahead and give it a good scrape. Do the front, and then I'm also going to do the back. Just wanna make sure that I get a good transfer. Almost, I could just see the top, the side of the W still didn't transfer over, so let's give it another good scrape. It's like I'm moving my whole table when I'm doing that. But I said this transfer tape and this vinyl, it's a good vinyl, but definitely super strong. And you have to give it a good scrape. All right, it's like you're maneuvering it. All right, perfect, awesome. All right, so let me just keep this to the side here. And I'm going to, oh, okay, there we go. All right, so let me go ahead and grab my mouse, both of them here. They just definitely come in very handy to help keep everything nice and straight. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead. And same thing. Oh, actually, what I wanted to do, I wanted to make sure I kind of line them up to be about the same. So just in case you want to take a picture with them and want together, I just want to make sure it kind of lines up the same. So I think, and I do apologize if my head is in the way, about there, it looks like it's going to be even. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's put it down. Ooh. Okay. I think part of the W, sorry, the Y was a little bit on a slant. So let me see if I can just kind of put it down a little better. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Oh man, sometimes doing these things you get so nervous. Just because, you know, especially when you're giving a gift to somebody, you want it to be perfect. The only thing I should have done, and I forgot to do, is I forgot to do some relief cuts because it's just kind of like it's not flat. I should have done some relief cuts in it. But I think I should be good. Just make sure it's all down. It should be fine. But yeah, that's the only thing, is I should have put some relief cuts in it. Okay, so I think it has been all scraped down good. So I'm going to slowly start from the end over here. And let's see how it goes with the transfer. So far it's looking good. Just take it super slow because, again, I know this is really, really strong transfer tape. All right, so far it's looking good. Okay, so that part in the F over here. So let me just go ahead and scrape it down. the 2022, I had no issues with that transfer, so that's perfect. And then now the last one here. Okay, so this part here at the top. Oh. Actually, I have to go back to the design. I can't remember if this is actually in the design or not. So, okay, but you know what? In the meantime, I'll just take it. I'll take it off. I could always add it back in, but I can't remember if this was there or this is actually something else. Okay, I'll have to check and see the design. All right, but oh my gosh, this looks so good. All right, I'm gonna quickly pull up my design and design space and to see if this little dot here was in my design. I'll be right back. I quickly just double checked and I was right. There was no comment in this particular design. I just wanted to make sure. So all is good with my design. I love the way these came out. One of the things I really like is the fact that the 0 is a heart. I thought that was super cute in the design. So I know if I were to receive a gift like this, I would absolutely love it. So I hope they enjoy this. All right, so let's go ahead and make the next gift. For the third gift idea, I'm going to be customizing this bullet journal here, and I paid $3.75 for it at my local dollar store called Dollarama. I'm going to be placing some HTV here at the front. I got this particular design from Cricut Design Space, and it says, dream it, learn it, make it yours. On top of that too, I'm going to be adding a customized bookmark, and this is an acrylic bookmark that I picked up from Amazon. It was a set of 30 bookmarks, and they came in 3 different sizes. Here's just an example of a couple other bookmarks that I have made here. So this is just kind of giving you an idea of what it's going to look like. All right, so let's go ahead and weed out the design so we can go ahead and get started with our project. So I have everything all weeded out. So I'm going to go ahead. I have my power press that I've just put on. I put it on to a medium setting. So once it turns green, then I know it's good to go ahead and press my design here onto my book. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and work on my bookmark here. So this bookmark is going to be for my daughter. And again, this is such a really great idea, a gift idea for, you know, if you have coworkers you want to give this to, if you know anybody that loves to read books, you just want to give them a you know, cute bookmark. And there's so many nice designs and stuff that you can do. This one, you know, as you can see, I customized it with her name, but there's so many cute patterns and stuff like that you can, you know, do when it comes to creating the bookmark. All right, so with the bookmark, it does have an additional layer on top of it too. So I'm just actually trying to take it off, but I'm kind of struggling here. So let me just try that. There we go. Got the end so I can lift it up here so you can see the bookmark. All right, so I have some transfer tape. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and layer the back piece here. So this is actually like, I think it's called a paintbrush swatch or something like that. I can't remember, but I found it in Cricut Design Space, and I thought that'll be kind of cute to layer, you know, it underneath her name. I will link this particular design or the name of this particular design in the description box below. And on top of that too, the name of that font. I love that font. It's just one of my new favorite fonts that I have found. And it's just one of those things that, you know, it just looks so good when it comes to different, you know, letters and names or words you're putting together. So I just thought with her name, it just looks so good. It was actually the same font that I used for this bookmark that I created for myself. So I have that scraped on here. And I will also do the same thing to the back. Here. And so let me go ahead and lift it up here. You know what? This is actually... You know what, actually, I'm going to remove this one off because I forgot this particular vinyl that I'm using, this is actually smart vinyl. I cut this with my Cricut Joy. So for that particular one, I actually want to go ahead and grab the correct transfer tape here. So I'm just going to actually use this transfer tape here that's specifically for the smart material when you're using it for with your Cricut Joy. And I find when I use the other type of transfer tape, it actually doesn't transfer very well. So let me just go ahead and cut this off here, just a piece, and use the correct transfer tape, because I find with the smart vinyl material, it's like a thicker vinyl. It's really good and it cuts really well, but when it comes to the transfer, I find that using the specific transfer tape for it, so in this case I'm just using the strong grip one. The regular grip one is fine, but I just find that you need to use that type of transfer tape for it, not, you know, another, you know, generic brand that's not for Cricut for it, because I find it does not transfer very well. So let me just go ahead and grab the end, or maybe I just need to use my weeder here. I'm just grab my craft mat down because I don't want to make poke anything through my table here. Okay, there we go. So I got it up here. All right, so let me just go ahead and do that again. Got it here, and then orange it down on the front, and then it's always good to make sure that you also do the back side too. Make sure it's scraped down perfectly, so therefore the design is going to transfer over to the tape here. See, there we go, perfect. So I did it perfectly here. So let me just go ahead and grab, and I think I'm going to do it this way. So just make sure it's nice and straight. And I do apologize if I get my head here in the camera. Perfect. And then I'm just going to go ahead and scrape it down to make sure it transfers over perfectly into the bookmark here. So just give it a really good scrape. Okay, perfectly. I think I got that down really good. And then I'm just going to lift it up from the side. And just do it really slowly. It's just easier if you actually have one hand down on the bookmark and then slowly peeling it up over here. Oh, it's such a pretty color. Love that. Okay, perfectly. So, oops. Super sticky, but that transferred over perfectly. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do now for her name here. So I'm going to be adding this to her stocking. And then also too, I did pick up some pens here. Let me see if I can grab them. Yeah, so I got these paper mate pens also too at my dollar store. I think these are about $2, I think it was, like $2 or $3 for them. So again, perfect little gift, you know, under $10 to give to someone. So I know she's really gonna love this, because she was asking me for a bullet journal and I couldn't find any like that were good price. Like even on Amazon, I found them were super expensive, and I just happened to be one day just going through you know, going through the different aisles at the dollar store, and I found this and I'm like, oh, she's gonna absolutely love this. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna hold on to it and give it to her as part of her Christmas present, put it in her stocking. So I know she's really gonna like that. All right, so this was perfect here. Okay, so let me, I have that here, and then I'm just going to in there perfectly, and I'm just going to go ahead and scrape it down. Right, and then I'm just going to lift it up from the side, and same thing, just make sure that it's transferred over perfectly. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Oh, I love it. And I, like I said, I like the little like paint streak or stroke, whatever, however you call it. I really like how that looks. I think that's gonna look so good. And then I also got this matching ribbon, or I forget actually what this is called. Now I'll have to look up. I will link it below, but I got this matching here and I thought this would be so perfect. So let me just go ahead and cut a piece of this here. I also did pick this. So this was in a pack of 4. I got this from Amazon also. I'll just grab the other one so you can see if I can find where I placed them here. Okay, yeah. Here they are, but I can't remember. Oh, so they call this, it says handmade wrapping. I don't know if I said I got this on Amazon. It was a pack of the 4 colors here. And I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I will link it below. I think it was under 20 bucks I paid for them, but I just love the soft colors and stuff like that. And this vinyl just happened to be like almost a perfect match for it. So I thought this would be really great. Like the original kit here with the Bookmarks came with these tassels, but I'm not necessarily a fan of it. So I think this looks a lot nicer. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and grab my weeder here, and I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of poke it through so I can just catch the other end of it here. Oh, I'll try it again. Just poke it through the end. Come on. Just kind of. We got it here. Nope, it doesn't want to go through. So let's try it again. Just keep pushing it through. Okay, you know what? Hold on. Let me just do a smaller piece. I think it was too bunched up there. So let's try it again. Just a smaller piece. There we go. Much better. It was just too thick the way I was doing it. So slowly pull it through. There we go. All right, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and just tie a knot here. Yeah, I think it's even here. Yeah, so let's go ahead and tie a knot. And just kind of fix my knot there. Okay, perfect. How pretty is that? So such a cute bookmark. And I know I showed this other design, or style I should say, so this one is more pointy. And then I also have one more design it came with in the set. And this one is also round. So it was a 3-pack and I got 10 of each. But I really like the thin ones because especially for, you know, the book, I think it's just perfect, you know, just to kind of fit in there. So I think it's really cute. Okay, so that is done. Let me go ahead and remove this part here. I don't need this part, so put this back cover. All right, so my power press is all ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of, I think I'm just gonna put it actually in the center. So I think that looks really nice. And one thing I love about working when it comes to HTV is you can, you know, kind of play around with it. So if you don't like the one specific part, you can just move it around. So I think that will look really nice right there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect place. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. And then when it comes to the power press, you know, you're just gonna be doing small, you know, circular motions around it. And then I'm just gonna kind of monitor to see how it presses, because I don't think you really need to do it for very long. And already I can see certain parts of it is already lifting. So I'm just making sure that it all transferred on. But yeah, it's already lifting, so perfect. You see how quick and easy that was? Oh, that's perfect. I love that. So again, the bookmark here, along with the bullet journal. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. So perfect, cute little Christmas present, along with some pens for it. Or, you know, again, there's so many cute other things you could add to it, markers or whatever like that. But again, for the next present, a great Christmas present to give to someone. This next gift idea will cost you, again, under $10. I paid $4 for this wooden box, and I thought this would be really great to give to my son. I'm going to customize it either by putting his name on it or a nice little saying. So this is going to be for him just to put his little knickknacks, any type of special memories, little trinkets that he may have inside of this particular wooden box. This will be also great to give as a jewelry box or even a watch box, where you can customize and make little pillows and put some felt here at the bottom bottom to gift to someone. So again, a really cute gift idea. I'm going to be using some golden oak stain. So it's going to take about 24 hours after I stain it for it to sit and dry. And then after, I will go ahead and add my, whatever sentiment I decide to put at the top of this. So I'm going to stain this off camera, and then I will be back in 24 hours to customize it. My box is finished being stained. I absolutely love the way it came out. I had it sitting in the garage for a couple of days just to make sure that it fully dried. And on top of that too, just with the scent of the stain. But overall, I'm just so happy with the color. So what I decided to do is I'm going to be placing my son's initials here at the top of the box. I used the, in Cricut Design Space, the monogram maker for this particular font here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and grab some transfer tape here, and I'm going to go ahead and place it here, but just to kind of make it a little bit easier as I transfer the tape here, I'm just going to kind of stick the top part like that, and then I'm going to slowly just kind of put it down like that there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and grab my scraper here just to make sure that I get a good scrape for the front. And then the next thing I'm going to do is going to flip this over and then also do the back. So I'm just going to make sure that it gets a good transfer. This transfer tape is a really great transfer tape. It's super sticky, and I normally have no problems when I am doing the transfer. For this particular vinyl, this is a removable permanent vinyl here. Sorry, premium vinyl, but it's a removable vinyl. So just in case later on I decide that I want to remove it from this box and put something else, I can definitely do that. So just see a couple of pieces here that are kind of coming up, but oh, perfect. So just kind of maneuvering myself, I was able to make sure that we got a perfect transfer. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna take this here, and then I'm just going to place it here in the middle, try to have it as straight as I can get it, because that's the only thing when you're doing vinyl. Unlike heat transfer vinyl, you can kind of play around with, the way you put it, but once you do permanent vinyl, or even just vinyl itself, once you put it down, it's just one shot when it comes to putting it down. So let me go ahead and just scrape that part down here. All right, and then I'm going to slowly start to peel it from the side. Okay, so right there it's still coming up, so let's make sure I just did a little bit harder over there. Okay, all right, let's try it again. All right, perfect. So I'm not seeing any other lifting here for the J. A little bit here on the K is coming up, so let me just again scrape it down here. Oh, that part up there too, so just kind of scrape it down again. You just kind of maneuver yourself. Okay, even if it starts to come up a little bit, I can always go back in with, and yeah, right there. So there are a couple places that are still coming up. So let me just slowly lift. All right, there's still a couple places over here. Oh, actually quite a bit of this B is still coming up. So I'm gonna scrape it down again. All right. And almost, okay, that one is coming up too, so I'm gonna have to again scrape it down. If I thought of it, maybe I could have also used heat transfer vinyl and just would have used my power press to heat it down. So that's another thing that you could also do too. But now that I have it down, I'm just gonna again just go over with my scraper here just to make sure that it's going to stick down. All right, perfect. So the vinyl is nice and flat here on the wood. I think it just came out really great. I think the black just gives it such a really nice contrast. The last thing I might do a little bit later is just add a piece of felt here at the bottom. But overall, I think this is such a really great present to give to someone. You know, you really can customize it with a nice phrase, their name, you know, but again, under that $10 budget for a Christmas present. This last gift idea is for that special person that likes to do any type of baking or cooking. I got this apron from our local dollar store here in Canada called Dollarama. It was a fantastic deal. I only paid $4 for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking some HTV and I'm going to be customizing here. So it says baked with love. I'm going to place it over here. This type of material is 100% cotton. So definitely the HTV will take to this material. So I'm going to go ahead and weed this out, and then I'll get my heat press all ready and set to go ahead and place it here. So I'll have my heat press just getting all nice and warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my pressing mat. I'm just going to go ahead and open up my apron here. So move my design to the side. And we're just going to make sure and get it all nice and prep for the placement of our HTV. I love this color. When I saw this color, I was just like, oh, it's such a beautiful color with the cream and the navy blue. It's so beautiful. And the person I'm going to be giving this to, I know they're absolutely going to love it. So I'm just using my lint brush here just to remove all the extra fibers here that's on the apron. And also too, I'll just go ahead and just preheat the section here that I'm going to be placing my HTV. Also too, this is such another great idea to, you know, add something else to the gift. So I actually also picked up some kitchen towels that, you know, match along this. And these kitchen towels, these ones were $4. So, I mean, combined together, it's about $8. And then if you want to add, you know, another little utensil, again, underneath $10 for this Christmas present. So a really, really, really great deal. Again, you know, when you're within, you know, trying to be within a budget. Okay, so I have it. So I'm going to go ahead and place it just about here in the middle. Let me just actually move my heat mat over a little bit here. Okay, so I think that is going to be perfect right here. And I actually did get this particular design. I got this from Cricut Design Space. So if you just type in, you know, baked with love or cooked with love, they have a couple different designs and stuff like that. So when I saw this, I thought this would be perfect. And this is also Caesar Easy Weed. I got this vinyl here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press this for 30 seconds. So I'll do, again, half and then the other half. I'll press it and then I'll flip it around and press it for 15 seconds for the back. All right, so I'm going to have this set aside for a couple of minutes, since with this particular peel, it is cool to the touch when it comes to removing the liner off. I'm going to go ahead now and remove the liner. And again, I'm just going to take my time just to make sure that if I see any type of lifting, I can go ahead and just do another press. But so far, I don't see any lifting of any of the HTV here. And it's looking really good. I love the navy blue with the contrast against the cream. It looks so good. And again, I love the color combination with the cream and the navy blue with the design and everything like that. So again, another really great present to give to that special person that loves to do any type of baking and cooking. Here is a look at all of the 5 different gifts underneath a budget of $10 each. I absolutely love how each and every single one came out, and I can't wait to give it to that special person that will be receiving them. Let me know which one in the comment box below, which one was your favorite one, and if you're planning on using any of these inspirations on giving out gifts yourself. I would love to hear your feedback below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care, everyone. Merry Christmas. Bye.